Come on, one more push. One more push.
Yeah, well, we're at 600 on NQ.
Get there. Get there. One more. Should I be a D for a T? No.
Yes. I think you should take your profit.
Yes. Be a D for a T. Two more ticks. One more tick. And we hit a 35-point trade on ES. Woohoo!
Nice.
Loving that. 355 bucks.
Tony's spamming the chat.
That's his excitement. He just woo. Look at that. Look at that bounce at 69.70. Will it hold? Will it hold? XFA. Yeah. And the human inside of me is like, well, why didn't you take 2 ES instead of 2 MES? Because
Because of the wonderful things he does.
Yep. Careful, Tony. This can come right back in your face as fast as it went down there. I mean, this 69.70 is a perfect 1 hour high or low for ES. Good. Good, Tony. A little bit 132.5 and change in your pocket. That works. Who would have thought? Is it going to back test weekly VWAP on ES and continue lower? NQ back test the 660 level.
I'd like to see us build some structure if we're going to look for a long. I would say it's probably going to change by the time it gets there, Hoku. If it does get there, that price will change. Oh, it's Corey. Corey, where you been?
Hey, what's up, brother?
RTH hasn't been a great level so far. I mean, it's just kind of chopped around it the entire way. Now, we can watch it for a response, but I know we all want to take trades, but we have some pretty decent volatility going on here. It could easily overshoot levels. Let's see. VIX is actually only at 17, interestingly enough.
Mm. I don't need to anchor it at all, Robert. The indicator does it for me. I just change the source to weekly. Is it the source? Is that the right term?
It's not a rolling days either, Robert. It's always weekly is always Sunday evening at 6 p.m.
Anchor period, week, month, quarter. You can even have an anchor period for a century if you wanted.
Look at that. This is a weak market.
Yesterday's IB low is coming up. 541.
Gold's very choppy. Not trending at all. Balanced market on gold. Why not both, Corey? Oh, gotcha. Looks like gold finally broke here.
Doesn't surprise me one bit.
This is the next move in gold. Long. Here we go. Come on, break it. Let's go. I've been looking for this play down here, Water Boss. I'm not longing here.
But you're on, he's on. Oh, I see.
And
Bill,
I was talking
Bill,
about this
on your
break on IB mid that I've been looking for.
Bill for the monthly VWAP because previous month was January. You can just basically add a quarterly on for this first week, and that'll start to that'll continue last month's VWAP. Now March going or February going into March, you can go back anchor on a higher time frame of VWAP to the start of February to cover the beginning of March. That is an opportunity. So that way you can get something. You're welcome.
We've been waiting for this move on gold. I expect more. See if we can get back up to that IB high at 77. Nice back test there. Let's go. Come on. Bring it to IB high. Come on, give us continuation. Give me continuation or give me death. That's a t-shirt, by the way, we have in the merch shop. If you haven't seen it.
It's a good one. Did you take it? You would have needed to take it 4 minutes ago, Andy. Net effect. You really like that one. Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about. A day old Madonna.
Day old Madonna. She's probably a lot older than that. So is this a short squeeze or are we going to bull flag here for continuation? Still trading in balance here, technically.
ES and NQ were heavy. Very heavy.
Yeah, at lows. It's a LVN on gold right there. So let's see if it can hold up. Buyer step in, or is this it? Looking for that next leg to the upside. Beautiful. Ah.
Whoosh.
All right, not so bad. Mostly trading gold. I took one M&Q. I'm up 371 in the combine, 817 in the XFA. So not too shabby. At 61, huh? I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled it right before it got there. That's the problem with liquidity on futures. They spoof the shit out of it. I look good in like 1700 era formal apparel. I was born in the wrong century. That's how you still dress. Gold is still holding on this LVM, but it seems like it could be losing it right here. It'll be interesting to see what happens at the point of control at 950 again. Or if it reclaims this low volume node. Quite a lot of this selling is being absorbed, so looking for more upside on gold. See if we get it. I'd be surprised if we didn't test the IB high. Be trading tulips, Jake. I'd be over in Holland, capitalizing on the tulip bubble. Oh, starting to look like a fade now. This move might be over.
Loading up for what, David? What do you see? It's possible, isn't it? ES isn't there yet. 540. Buyers are trying on ES. They are trying. Getting squelched. Yeah, I see that, Bill C.
We do have some structure here. For sure. Good time to scalp. You're right, JP. Let me get my scalping tools out. Scalpel.
Is it your scalpula?
Chuck, hand me my scalpel. Thanks, Carlos. Thanks for joining us today.
See you, Danny.
Price is trading between 2 pointed controls here on gold. Looks like it might be losing
Whoosh.
one though. Oh. Yeah. I don't know about another one. That was probably the first real clean one we got. Otherwise, it was just trading along it.
466 is the quarterly lower band on NQ. Got this composite low volume node. ES is at the quarterly VWAP. Well, it's the continuation of last month, Corey. That's the cheat code for January into February. ES is below the pivot point, coming back up for a back test here at 69.61. You came right to that lower band. 470. Setup.
Be interesting to see if this low in gold holds because it just tapped the lower band on the RSI.
Good. 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 See you, Corey.
Yeah, Corey. Keep crushing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Did you take it, JJ?
Gold keeps rejecting at 950, which is IB mid. This has been the line in the sand, guys. Point of control, IB mid, 950. This is a great RSI setup right here. We're in balance. Nice. See if we back test 55. You get back above 50, I would think 55. Somebody on YouTube said I laugh like ICT. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about that.
Good job, Tony.
Job,
Take it to
Tony.
the bank.
See you at the bank, Tony.
Better not see you in my bank.
That would be weird. Oh, Tony, you bank here too? Weird. What are the odds? I was just in here just first of all, I rarely ever go to the bank, so that's kind of funny. But second, if I saw Tony at the same bank, that would be pretty epic. I happen to bring these bags. They're empty.
Help me fill them up. Looks like that was a decent rejection off the RTH lower band for 30 points on NQ. Anybody take that PDC? POC scalp combination? EK23 did. JK Cool did. Water Boss cashing in. Andy, of course, had no doubt.
The wizard is doing his wizardries.
Matty Rolls, you are not the only one. I'm not the fan of shorting, so for me to get a 35-point short on ES
it's a big deal.
It is a big deal. It stopped me out at 70.10 on the first time it pushed down. But I got it again. There it goes. Ducka duckas.
I don't think.
Unfortunately, no, Maddie. Fortunately, no.
Did those 1,000 contracts get filled on ES at 61, or did they pull them? That's what I want to know.
They had those 1,000 contracts sitting right there on the pivot. Right at 61. If they did, they took some heat.
They could have been covering a short. You don't know they
That's
were
true.
going long.
I've heard that pivots are targets for exits. Okay, this makes sense. Let's see, I see you, ES. ES at lower band. Delta is recovering quite a bit.
So now we have a bit of a pinch between weekly lower band, point of control, RTH lower band. I mean, there's got to be a long in here somewhere, right?
Yep. It's coming up.
Right?
It's gotta be.
Gotta be. Where are the tickets?
Well, they just ticked. So ES could touch the lower band to the tick.
We're down 1 1/4 already on NQ. It's a lot. It's a decent down day.
Look at that. Look at that fake out to the upside and a perfect PDC.
Yep, another
Who
PDC
grabbed
short.
that? Andy, did you take that one?
We're about to get our Madonna. Oh man, Russ, you're late to the party, brother. I mean, you might get a little move, but after all this, now you're short. I mean, the setup was there, so granted, and we are very weak. It's just funny. What are you afraid of? Well, that's going to be scared money don't make money, Russ.
Mm.
See what happens down here at 476. That's all right. We're gonna build you into a psychological warrior.
Mental toughness machine.
That's right. This is a double bottom. And we have we don't have the return to value on the RSI yet. Yeah, if you're, you have to reduce to a size where you're not going to be afraid. Then you can start making some progress. Gotta watch my video. All right, back above 500. I would imagine we get back to that point of control. And then do we get the somewhat of a return to value here? Still kind of in this bearish channel. Hasn't broken out of it yet.
No.
All right, Bruce, how did it go? Let's do a trader check-in while we're at it. All right, are we green and we following the plan? Are we green and breaking rules? Are we getting rewarded for bad behavior? What's going on? Let's do a little more than just green or red. That RTH has been relentless, huh? Look at that. Still holding to the tick there.
Of
I would
course,
imagine we
Shelly.
break it here.
Of course.
Come on. Get me to point of control. I'll pull one off at point of control. Here we go. Filled one. Still long at 508. I have one more MNQ here. So this is a 50-point banger right here on MNQ. 50 points right here. Ba-boom. All right. For my trader check-in, on this combine, I'm just shy of $600, $594. And in my express account, 817. Scalping away. Hey, that's where it starts. Net effect. That is where it starts. There's no reason to be losing real money when you're learning and practicing.
It can go either way. Alfie Moo Man.
It could always go either way. No matter what. That's always an accurate statement. Even the best setups can go either way. Unfortunately, there's no guarantees. Only probabilities. He was probably taking a crazy amount of contracts, Abdullah. Probably hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, playing around in a simulator. Probably just averaging in like crazy. It's my guess. So I would expect us to go sideways. This is like a complete opposite of what we did yesterday. Just to screw with everybody. Literally carbon copy inverse trade. Straight up yesterday, then
Take yesterday's
sideways, no
chart.
volatility. And then today is straight down, volatility at eyes sideways.
Just take yesterday's chart and rotate it 180 degrees.
Yep. Mirror flip it. Well, I suggest taking contracts that you're probably going to take normally when you trade. Eventually, you trade live or in a prop firm. Trading 200 contracts is generally institutional level size. Multi-million dollar positions. ICT doesn't even trade live, I'm pretty sure. He's been proven to only trade paper accounts. All right, I'm going to lock myself out of this combine. So good day across the board. Locking myself out of this one. Done. This one. Done. See what we get next.
All right, Bill. We'll see you in class. Here we go. Big push. Right to the band. Point of control on ES. Right at the band for NQ.
Because Tyler, we've built a distribution here. We've been in this distribution literally for the last almost hour. And it's the monthly lower band, and we have a composite LVN. So it's like an A plus area, essentially, at this point. Value area low, monthly lower band, weekly lower band, IB low, value area low, everything.
Well, Randall, what are you trading on? Are you trading a prop firm? Are you trading cash? Apex on NinjaTrader. I don't know the risk settings.
Rhythmic has risk settings in Rhythmic. If you're connecting Apex through Rhythmic, NinjaTrader through Rhythmic, Rhythmic has risk settings. You can YouTube it. There's plenty of walkthrough videos. Yeah, Dwayne, if he's using Rhythmic though, you can't. It's going to be different.
This one feels different.
This is like one of the first real touches of the Globex lower band, but at this point, that's a tough short to take.
Yeah.
But that's the setup currently. We don't have acceptance back into value yet, and this is value area high on the structure we formed down here. So we'll see. I'll be right back.
Just watching ES break back through 69.70 into the band. Does it back test the point of control to go higher, or we're at the top of this distribution? That's what I'm seeing on NQ is we're right at the top of this volume distribution. I'm, for the most part, full port Dan. Bob.
You guys see Bob's new profit badge? 25K in verified profits. Not too shabby.
Cool. So, Chris, my generic answer for what is acceptance, or what would be a criteria for acceptance, was predominantly time,
Or distance.
right?
Distance or time.
Yep.
So when we travel far enough away from a value area or into a new value area, or we spend enough time, full port, Dan, the next question is like, well, how much time? How far? Right? Well, that changes because the market's always different volatility, right? So it's a discretionary element that you learn through experience. I can't hand it to you. You learn it by having your butt in the seat and watching price and experiencing it over long periods of time. You earn it. I already knew that was going to be the next question. It depends. No, not ATR. No. When you start paying attention to it, you'll learn. I didn't invent this concept either. A lot of major traders teach acceptance through time and distance. And it's not just a hard metric. It's not like, well, 25 points on NQ, that would be acceptance. Right? If it were that easy, everybody would just execute according to that. Or it's like 3.5 minutes and 20 microseconds would be enough time. It's discretionary. You got to learn it. You got to experience it. You got to understand the auction and watch and learn. And you'll get a pretty good idea of when price is accepting and when it's rejecting. I can tell you rejecting happens a lot faster.
So, I was anticipating this being an RTV back test. We're at least getting a pop back in.
Nice, Assassin.
This is the question. Good job, man. Good job. Look at that bounce off the lower band, right back up to where it came from. Took some heat from the top of that distribution.
Distance, time, right? This is starting to look like acceptance, isn't it? Right? We're spending time, we're accepting, price is staying in here. It's not rejecting right out of it. All right, we can trust some longs, maybe back to VWAP, our RTH VWAP.
That 660 level looks good.
It was a picture book RTV. That sounds like a European term. Picture book, textbook.
Picture perfect textbook.
Picture perfect textbook RTV.
We can't pick on our German brother. They're not picking on you.
I am predominantly German, so.
Yeah.
German and British.
German and Scotch Irish for me.
Da would be Russian. I think you're thinking ya.
Yep. Sentiment shift. Is the 1 hour higher low in on ES? Could be. A little bit of extra.
There's only 2 NQ instruments, Medix. There's not a lot. There's just MNQ and NQ. There's the mini and the micro. And fees are going to vary based on broker or prop firm. So just look up with your broker or prop firm what the fees are. We're not going to do a video on that because that's always changing. And there's always new brokers. There's always new prop firms. All that stuff changes. So I wouldn't do a video on it. You could just look it up. All right, so this would be a return to value. Back test confirmation. So we had a PDC here, short. We had a higher time frame, fade value or extreme. Got another one here. And we had a return to value.
Where am I? $5.27 on the day. Oh, I didn't even put that on. Silly rabbit. Yep, to the tick. Good call. RTH VWAP has been achieved on ES.
Well, would you look at that? Just look at it. Would you look at it? To the tick.
I'm looking at it. To the tick.
Would you look at it? Look at that. There is a to the tick t-shirt. Are you saying that because you know there's a t-shirt? Are you saying that because there's totally a to the tick? I wear it on stream all the time. This baby. Precision trading t-shirt. I do sell them. I don't make any money on them, but I sell them. I literally make $1. Isn't that silly? $1 for every t-shirt I sell. There's no money in t-shirts when you have them just done by a vendor, but they're fun.
I'm looking forward to my hoodie coming in.
Yeah,
I got a cool DTG hoodie on the way. Okay. Did you set up your merch store in YouTube yet?
I wear this one. I like wearing this one like when I'm at like Universal or something and it's on my back. People are waiting in line and they just read the back of my shirt. They're like, "You are the liquidity." What the fuck does that mean? Stock father. I love GC. I love NQ. Order filled. Don't diddle in the middle. NQ addicts. Big tick energy. I have to make that one. That one I bought on Amazon. Is it Monday yet? Well, it's finally starting to work because we've been chopping around for quite some time around this 50 mark. Some pretty big swings, Mr. JP. What price were you at? $170 tick swings. This is true. You can endure it, JP. That's 100% right. Are you digging the 2 microwave trading?
Alfie Moon Man, you can't double dip on the weekly and the monthly considering they're exactly the same. But I'll give you a B plus. We'd have to check with the official rules committee on whether or not the top of the distribution counts as another confluence for an A plus. Fading back to point of control at this 69.70 level. What do we get for that? Do we get another push back up? Or are we going to retest the lows?
What do you mean, Mez? You made $31,000. How's that a bad day? That sounds like a great day to me.
Take it. What do we think? Does this lower band hold again?
All right, Mez. I got it. That was MedX, I think. Similar names. Gold had a nice move.
This is setup. If you took it off the lower band, you're already up 25 points. Sam got 20 points. Anthony caught it. JJ got it. Way to go. Way to go, guys.
Good job, guys. Well, we are trading in balance. Balance that we've been in since London, JP. Look at the volume profile on Globex. Look at this. I mean, there's obviously some upside bias. You know, the overall trend in Globex is up, but we're going sideways, and we have been now for. We seem to be putting in some higher lows on the hourly candles. So that's good. Be right back.
No, full port, Dan. I mean, it's level to level. So I mean, if you go back through a bit of the training, right? So if we're fading the extremes, our first target is going to be the point of control, the center of the value area, and then if it doesn't stop there, then we go on to we would look for price to go to the other side of value in a balanced rotation. So if we're trading, for example, he took the long as price came back down to IB low here on NQ. What would be his target then was, okay, bring it back up to the point of control, and because that's the magnet. Yes, exactly. And then we trade from and to levels. The very first question is to identify what is the market context. Are we in balance or is the market imbalanced? Fun fact, back to that all-time high anchored VWAP, we just pulled back and rejected right off it at 632 to the tick.
Yep. Very balanced. You can tell by the volume profile. Right, we have a B. Right, so thin profile distribution. We could trade here for the rest of the day, or maybe it gets bought up, or maybe we go lower. Maybe this cracks and
Maybe.
we go down to 2% on the day. Craziness. This has been a choppy January into February.
Well, we do have different value areas, right? Right there we full port down. We faded right off of that volume shelf at the bottom of the volume distribution. So always an eye on the volume profile. So on ES, we were in price discovery, and then we had the return to value. We pushed up to the RTH VWAP and faded back almost to the RTH lower band at 69.64, and now we're rejecting off of that area. So we were 1 point off of the band. Now it's back up to point of control. That would be target 1. In the VWAP wave, we determine balance or trend based on the VWAP bands for price discovery versus being imbalanced. If you go back and look at some of the VWAP wave fundamentals recordings that we have in the classroom, that kind of goes through that as a premise. There are advanced strategies with anchoring VWAPs at the low to see who's in control, buyers or sellers. So there is a value area from those anchored VWAPs as well. Yeah, I do. Trading NQ based on ES is a heavy influence in my personal trading. I think my coach might kind of give me a little bit of a scrunchy face at that sometimes. Trade the setups. Trade the setups. But sometimes you will see like NQ reversing halfway between, it didn't even get to the RTH VWAP. Why did it turn around? Well, it ES to the tick, rejected at the RTH.
That happens quite often. That's why we watch both up side by side.
Yeah, that's true, Russ.
I think so. I think we've built, I mean, you're going to have to be careful, right? Because there could be another leg down coming, but we've built a very strong distribution here. Right. So, the principles are going to tell us that we're probably going to have some pretty strong pull back into this distribution. So I would still rely on it for a fade trade, but it's not guaranteed to work and it could dump. You just need to be prepared. That's why we manage risk. We take the setups, we manage risk appropriately, and more trades work than don't. Awesome,
Yeah,
Hoku.
full port, Dan. You can see where it came and it faded off the anchored VWAP from the lower band, pushed back out, came back, rejected off of the VWAP, pushed out, continuation long off the top band of that anchored VWAP, and then it just came back and rejected off the that anchored VWAP from the low. Now it's fading back in from that upper band. So the context works, right? I'm a big proponent that there's a VWAP for everything. And the setups apply across the board.
Here goes gold. JP, still in it? There's the break, IB high. Let's go. That's a pretty big breakout. Let's see if it holds.
I go over there and the candle's just straight up off my chart, on my gold chart.
This is something I would probably just dive into long at this point.
What? What's the name of that setup?
It's a price discovery breakout, essentially. Price
Let's say that,
breakout.
JP. Congrats.
Gold breaks out a lot
Right.
nicer than NQ tends to do. Hopefully it doesn't fade.
That's a fact.
Nice, JP. Excelente, sir.
Back test IB high.
Let's see. Long. 84. There we go. Can we get back up in the 90s? Sure seems like it. Nice trade. It's 40 ticks right there. 90.
Target 50% extension.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm probably going to take the highs. It's a nice little scalp. It is a nice breakout. You got to be patient, though.
It was a volume move.
Beautiful, Dan. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. I got to get ready for my inner circle class here in 10 minutes. There's the highs again on gold. Nice trade, break, and back test of IB high long. Beauty. Retook out the highs. Thing of beauty, guys.
I'm glad that you took that trade because in last night's replay trading in the success with VWS class, I took one of those as well. And I told everybody, don't tell Chris. Don't tell Chris. It's not a setup we teach, but it worked out very, very well.
I mean, it's a momentum setup, right? With a breakout and price discovery. We teach it in inner circle, that's for sure.
Yep. It was the same example. It broke out with volume of the IB high, came back, retested, took it on the back test and grabbed 55 points on it.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful day trading. If you keep trading, manage your risk, and stay sharp, you guys can head on over to the voice trading rooms. If you guys are looking to keep trading, you can share your screens, share your mics, collaborate with your fellow VWAP Wave System traders. Make sure you're managing your risk, stay sharp. A lot of us are just trading 2 micros right now, and we're doing quite well. I did over $1,300 today just trading 2 micros between 2 accounts. So it is possible. Have a wonderful day, guys. I will be live for this evening, I think. Yes, this evening at 7 p.m. New York time for the Asia Open. We'll be watching gold. Have a great day, guys. See you in the morning.
Yep.
Thanks, Chuck.